What's up guys, Jason here with Backpack Yoda. This is going to be part 2 of my aftermarket radiator install. If you've seen part 1, at the end you realize that I got the wrong radiator. I've been gone to New Orleans all last week, and while I was gone my new cold case radiator came in, so I'm going to jump on getting that thing installed. Luckily the truck's already tore apart, so all I have to do is put the new radiator in, fill it up with antifreeze, burp it a little bit, get it up to temperature, get all the air bubbles out, and it should be ready to go. Let's get to it. Alright, so this is the box that the new cold case radiator came in. I just opened the top of it. It's been sitting outside for about half a week. Also got my Old Man Emu suspension, my front coils, my rear leaves, all the spacers, exhaust bracket. Not sure if I'll even use that or not, but let's get this thing open and see what it looks like. So this is it. I've already done a little bit of measuring, made sure that my stock bolts will go into these rib nuts. Seems to be pretty legit. It's a nice radiator. Looks like it might be a little bit taller than my other one. You see, I already got the trucks already tore apart. So let's take this old radiator and do a little bit of comparison here. Yeah, it looks like these are going to line up. The last one that I got, none of the mounting brackets lined up, nor did they fit my stock bolts. So a little backstory on what happened in part 1 of my video. I ordered a radiator from can't even remember what the name of the company was, but I won't ever go with them again. So ended up sending it back. They wouldn't send me a new one until the other one got back. I didn't have time for that because my truck was basically tore apart. I needed to get one in right now. So I told them forget about it, send me a refund. Ended up going through Summit Racing to order this cold case radiator. It's a two-row core aluminum radiator. Looks really good. Hopefully it'll help with the cooling system on the truck. So long story short, got the wrong radiator first, just went through a whole different company, paid a little bit more, but you know, you get what you pay for. So I'm gonna throw this thing in, get it all patched back up, and see what happens from there. So as you can see, that thing's set right down in there perfectly. Toyota has these little I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but they have these little flanges that go in the holes down there that actually hold the radiator up for you while you get ready to mount it. But so far this thing is going good. So I'm going to put the bolts in on the mounting side, and I'm going to put the shroud back on. I'm going to leave all these plugs on until I get it totally mounted up, and before I start adding all my lines and hoses. So far so good. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of fabrication here. These holes right here need to be wallered out towards the inside just a little bit. This one here, and then there's one right up there. That side right there fits pretty good, and it looks like somebody's already done this in the past, because if you can see where that hole is right there, it's kind of been etched out on the side, and the same way with the one that's up there. So I'm gonna grab my saw and a drill bit, and I'm just gonna shave a little bit off. Other than that, the thing seems to be lining up pretty good. So I just got a little curious, and I wanted to make sure that my fan shroud lines up. And it actually, the fan shroud lines up perfectly. So it's just the mounting brackets on the mounting side itself to my radiator mount on the front. So like I said, I'm just going to drill it out. It's no big deal. Everything else seems to fit perfectly together. I am a little curious about the lines for my automatic transmission, because these are threaded, and it's almost, maybe I have to take my old, didn't even realize that. Okay, I'll get it figured out. Never mind, I found my AT lines in the box, so I think we're good. Alright, so I got that thing mounted up. It didn't take much, just a little shave off that metal right there. got that bolt in, that other bottom bolt, and then the top two. So now all I'm gonna do is start plugging all this stuff back up. I got my top radiator hose right here. It's gonna go on there. My AT lines. Got to put the connectors on there, tighten those down, and should be good to go. Ought to be able to fill the thing up, let it run with the cap off a little bit until temperature starts heating up. Then make sure I got my heater full blast running to open all that stuff up and get all those bubbles through there. Other than that, it's putting the skid plate back on and pretty much finishing everything up. Alright, I got all my hoses and lines on. The next thing to do is basically put the shroud on and fill her up and crank it. That'll be pretty much the end of that job. Finally got this thing in there, got the right one, and got it in there. It's been a dang mess. And then the next thing I gotta do is put the suspension on, but I'm gonna take that to the shop. I'm not doing it in the driveway, so have that stuff on. Hopefully I can do it tomorrow. I'll try to get over there early in the morning, get this thing up on the lift, drop the rear end, tear down the front end, and get all that stuff put together. I really need to get some upper control arms. That'll be next on the list, and then of course get into some body armor. I got to take this thing to East Coast Gear Supply, get them to re-gear it, put lockers in the front and rear, and off the body and paint. After that, I'll keep that as the last thing that I do. So let me get this shroud on, get this thing filled up with some antifreeze, fire it up, and let it run for a little bit. I think I picked the coldest day to do this. It's freezing. Alright, I got 2 gallons put in there. I think I'm gonna have to go buy another gallon just for top off purposes. This radiator is a little bit bigger, I guess because it's a 2-row core. It's a lot deeper, I guess you would say, for for 2 gallons. But I'm gonna fire it up. I mean, I can see the fluids at the top. I'm gonna fire it up. I'm gonna let it go ahead and warm up, and then I'll go get another gallon just to go ahead and top it off and fill up my reservoir on my overflow reservoir on the side. So, but everything else is not leaking. Seems to be coming pretty good. All right, got it in there. Got everything patched back up. Got it running. Had to go and buy another gallon of antifreeze. It only took half of it, so 2.5 gallons to fill this up. Just be advised, if you plan on doing this swap in your first gen Tacoma or third gen 4Runner, that it's going to take 2.5 gallons instead of the original 2 gallons that the stock Radiator takes. Also, I lost quite a bit of transmission fluid from taking the lines off the bottom. This does have a built-in trans cooler, so I didn't have to buy an extra one. But so I added, I think it was just shy of a quart of automatic transmission fluid, probably because the new Radiator is bone dry, so it doesn't have any transmission fluid in it at all. So I had to add a quart to it. I think I might need to add just a little bit more once I get it running and going, but I've got it up to temp. There's no bubbles coming up anymore, so I think it's pretty much good to go. I'll turn this thing around and just kind of show you what it's looking like right now. All right, that's going to wrap up part 2 of this Radiator swap. I ended up ordering the second Radiator through Summit Racing, and it is a cold case Radiator. Part number is TAC 100A. It's for the first gen Toyota Tacoma 4-wheel drive automatic. In no way am I sponsored by them. I paid for this Radiator full out, so it's kind of pricey, but you get what you pay for in most aspects of this kind of stuff. So the original Radiator that I got was not good, didn't line up. It was the wrong Radiator, straight out. So ended up sending it back. Went through a whole different company, got this one. I'm pleased with it, and hopefully I won't have any overheating issues when I'm off-roading anymore. So appreciate you guys being patient and watching this. If you haven't seen part 1, go ahead and check it out, because it pretty much builds up to what we got going on right now. So thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, share, and if you like what I'm doing, just keep on watching. Thank you.